tonight. Obviously, it's the first event that we've done in a while in person, so it's great to see everyone come in. We are very happy to present you OBR22, the content that's probably 2022. So if you want to hear details on how we got to where we are, on where we want to go in the coming weeks and months, and having the pleasure of leading you tonight. So thank you very much again for joining us. And obviously, yeah, we have talked a lot and we have shown a lot. Some of you have seen us on social media, some of us have shown great things, and some of us have hidden some things. And tonight is finally the day and night, where we can finally show you what we've been working on for the past 9 months. So we'll be able to take a look at how this particular card is going to be. Obviously, we have OBR19 here, the last combustion car that Oxford Racing has developed and will develop, and by the way, maybe changing rules, which we're not currently expecting. Before we review the car, we'll have a chance to talk more about the process. We'll talk about the process from transition to this to what's under the cover with someone who's been with the team for quite a long time. And I know many of you, and almost all of you, are highly technical and very well versed in terms of race car design. So after we actually take the covers off, we'll have the chance to hear from our chief engineers all the technical nitty-gritty that I am way too uninformed about. But yeah, this is quite a big thing coming out of COVID. The entire quantity community was affected. We had closed-down workshops, we had isolation, lateral flow tests, all the good stuff that everybody was thinking about, masks and access restrictions. And well, even now with restrictions easing and face-to-face meetings being possible again, and so on, the technical challenge remains as tricky as ever. And kicking off the season, we once again had a truly large number of sign-ups, with 347 members signing up from 25 different countries, so we're truly an international team. This is something we pride ourselves on. And all of these people are united under a statement that all of our alumni already know, and many of you already know as well. Because our mission statement here at Brookes is to develop versatile graduates able to excel in a high-performance team and to build a legacy as a competitive, high-quality team. And this is really dictating everything we do. This is where we find maybe an advantage over other teams. Because we want fundamentally to not design a car. What we want to do is develop the next generation of problem solvers, engineers, that can apply that to everything they do, be that building a car, be that something else that they encounter in their private or in their academic or working life. And really, this is not possible just from us. It's possible not only from us alone. Obviously, there's a lot of chance in academia. There's a lot happening on many of which are today, so thank you for coming. And really, this is a large part of OBR's success, so we really think that this is your guys' success as much as ours, especially on this car that's been in development for quite a long time. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about, so let's get stuck right in. Many of you guys are from industry, and we could not possibly build this car without you. I think we had it on the screen earlier. There's around 7,210 components in the car, and we don't make all of those on our own, and we wouldn't know what to do on our own. So thank you all for helping us. It would not be possible without you. But I think for the moment, really, you've heard enough. I would like to hand over the microphone, well, not this microphone, but that one, to Dan Bell. Many of you already know him. He's one of the senior lecturers here at Brookes University, and he is a supporter of the team for many years. He's been part of the team for many years. And yeah, please welcome on the stage, Mr.
Something can everybody hear? Yeah, okay. Yeah, real privilege to be standing here on a Friday night. I'd like to really just welcome everybody, ladies, gentlemen, sponsors, alumni, students, and last but by no means least, colleagues from within the School of ECM. It is a fantastic event, and it's really good that we're all able to come together to celebrate the culmination of many hours of work and commitment by the students. So thank you for taking the time to come and join us. It's fantastic to see so many familiar faces who I've met along the way. I think what I'd like to say, I'm a postgraduate engineering program lead within the School of ECM, and I think I'm in a uniquely privileged position to see students join us, be that first year undergraduates or students, as Ole has alluded to, from around the globe. We are a very international school, and it's such a privilege to see all these people come together, bringing knowledge from past studies across the globe, bringing it all together to produce something that hopefully we will see shortly. It's also fantastic to see the growth. So first year students that come in, go out on placement, develop skills, bring it back, and really contribute to developing the car, making it what it is. Okay. I think the commitment, the hours that they put in, I don't know, it fills me with joy. I think it's very impressive, the tenacity, the focus, the commitment, the dedication, and all of the work that does go into it. So I'd say congratulations to you all. I think, speaking on behalf of the faculty and the school, I think I'd just like to extend my or our thank yous to all of the sponsors who continue to support the activities within Formula Student, and not just probably at Oxford Brookes, but possibly across many other universities. It is an international competition that brings so many people together to compete, challenge one another, I think share so many interactions through coffees, talking about cars. So it is a fantastic thing that you do. I know it's something extra on top of everything else you do in running companies. So hours that you spend doing this maybe take away from other things that you do. So we really are truly grateful. And also I'd like to extend thanks to the alumni who continue to come back, continue to feed in. And I think that just shows the passion that is out there amongst not just the students, but as you leave university and go out into industry, you have a real passion, and there's something, what do I say, burning in the fire in the belly for this sort of endeavour. So it is fantastic. So I'd really like to extend our thanks to all of you, alumni and sponsors. Now, I think Ole alluded to me being involved in Formula Student, and sort of think back now, it's a long time, and I think it possibly a dark, cold January morning, I think, that I was possibly staggering around somewhere in Oxford trying to find a car, and I think I was duly collected by Dr. Brookes, who drove us up to Birmingham, and so the Formula student journey commenced, and I think what we're seeing tonight is the culmination of many years of work, but I think it's all from a tiny seed that James planted back probably pre-1999, I think now. So yeah, I think what we're seeing here is all grown from James's vision of engineering and education within the university sector. So yeah, picture it. We're driving up to Birmingham University, and we spend a day there. It was a fascinating day in seeing the different universities' lecture theatres. I think the only bad thing about the day was as we turned in the road and in the hire car, we slightly caught the curb.
You're going to say you've got a puncture.
So yeah, unfortunately, we had to change the puncture on the way back, but it's a fantastic day out, and really that's the start of this journey. So I'd just like to, I think, on behalf of Formula Student, James, extend a thank you, and the faculty, the school, a thank you to you for all of the work you've put in over the years to drive and support Formula Students. So I don't know if we can extend a big round of applause to James.
It's so lovely. I'm talking here and it's loud over there. It's so fantastic. Honestly, I've never had absolutely no idea what Dan was doing. Dan was a former student of mine. I'm just dying to see what's underneath this. And when I was talking to various members of you earlier, the year that Dan and I took our racing car to Formula Student, it was a bit of a lemon.
Absolutely.
It weighed 280 kilos. So you look at the car and you think, how are we going to make it better? Well, that's kind of like it, isn't it? We're going to make it lighter. I had no idea at that start what it would begin to do. And Oxford Brookes is just the most amazing place for people to get into racing and to get into motorsport and designing basically the finest cars in the world. It's just incredible. I have literally various people I was speaking to earlier, I talked to you about it, and I said, it has become known as the Hogwarts of motorsport. Well, it is. And you're here. So I can guarantee that all of you who are students, doing Formula Students at the moment, will go on to have the most amazing careers in motorsport. Press hard. Do well. Because that thing under there, which I'm dying to see, people really, well, I'm going to say, you'll go to an interview and somebody will say to you, well, what did you do at uni? And you'll think, well, I went to lectures and I went to classes all over here. Yeah. We all do that. But doing that is completely different. And to have a part in a team as good as this, and to take a car like this to a race and do well, because you're going to win, right? Hands up those who think you're going to lose. Absolutely fantastic. So it will definitely come up in your interview, and the role that you have taken will stand you in good stead. Well, what else can I say? I'm an old man now. I need to go on and on and on. Am I not that? So the last thing is just carry on learning. Your learning does not end with your career here at Brookes. You could learn and learn and
So I think the competition, I think over the years, seeing the students, you know, we've had highs, they've had highs, they've had lows, they've had many late nights. Not too sure about the early mornings, but whether they just blended into one, late nights became early mornings maybe. But it has been, you know, we started off with the lemon as a bit of a, well, a composite car actually, I think maybe.
The very first one was made of wood.
So we started with a composite design, composite space frame. I don't know whether maybe it exists, but we've gone through many incarnations. We've had no aero. We've had aluminium honeycomb monocoques. We've had space frame chassis. We've got these amazing full-blown carbon monocoque chassis. We've lost wings along the way, moments before packing off to various competitions. We've had engines that don't last too long. We've had many engine rebuilds in many funny places. I think not all in a workshop from memory. So it is. I think along the way, the learning experience is immense. It is real. It's real world problem solving, and I think the benefits are observed on a daily basis by speaking out, reaching out to alumni who are working out there in the real world in pretty much every Formula One team we've got. So it's a fantastic opportunity, and I'm dying to see what's under there. And at that point, I will just say congratulations to you all, and I wish you well in the competition. You truly deserve it, so all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, James. The transition that many people have now touched upon in terms of going from combustion to electric is a great step. And one of the things, one person that was there for the vast majority of the process was a person that we internally, refer to as like the sounds of Wahey lads usually means something's gone horribly wrong. Or he has cracked a problem with the car that nobody else has encountered before. So to talk a bit about the transition and what it means to have this car to show to you tonight, please welcome to the stage, Bradley. Oh, shut. Good, brilliant, thank you. Bradley, starting us off. As I couldn't shut up about, you've been with us quite a while. Why don't you start off and go from there?
I've been here since 2017, September, far too long ago. Yeah, so for that first year, OBR18, I was part of the business plan, and then for OBR19, I got much more involved with manufacture for that car over there. Doing some of the molds for aero, some of the aero parts themselves, some small turn bits for suspension. In addition to Class 2 for what was going to become the electric car that stood behind me, I was also the business plan lead for that and the tractor system lead for that, which was quite hard to juggle. Then I went to placement, and obviously we came back through the tail end of Corona, and I wanted to learn how to make the looms for a car. So I got stuck in with the predecessor of this car, making the LB loom as part of the LB Avengers with Ian and some other people as well. And this year, in my master's year, in my final year, I am the vehicle controls lead for the car that's behind me, trying to integrate the software and electrical components of the car to help work safely and with performance.
Great. Obviously, you've been there for the whole development cycle of the car. What is something that you would say we have done as a team moving through the development of the transition here?
The fact that it's a monumental step change from combustion to electric. Like, you know, most people coming to university have a pretty good understanding of how a combustion car works and how the power gets from the ICE through the gearbox into the wheels. Not a lot of people coming to university having a good grasp on how an electric car puts its power from its accumulator to the motors. Yeah, so I think when we started off in that class 2 year, it was quite a challenge and had to learn on the job, especially considering the scale of what we were doing. We weren't just replacing the powertrain and replacing the KTM with a single motor. We were going all-wheel drive in hub, 600 volts, the absolute highest that we could reach.
Yeah. What would you say was the biggest challenge you had to overcome during that?
Definitely trying to get the motors to spin for the first time. Yeah, that was quite a long, arduous process. You know, I've never worked with EVs before, and I've never done vehicle controls before, so it was something I wanted to learn though. And it was quite a challenge. The learning curve is always quite steep, and as we introduced more parts from still testing to hill testing and build up the electrical system, the peak of that learning curve always moves a little bit further away, but we got through it, and we had plenty of help from alumni. Cheers, Tor.
Right. So is there something you've taken away, not on the technical side, but for yourself, all those 3 years of development?
Yeah, I don't think you can give up. It might seem tough, you know, it might seem like the world is against you and the car's never going to work, but it's always worth it. And seeing it work in the end is a thing like that for us.
Yeah. There were great challenges no doubt, some of which I've seen, some of which you had to encounter before I was even here. What was obviously seeing motors spin under low power for the first time without any lab equipment, no more tethers to anything, either plastic lines or big lines. What do you think was the highlight of working on this electric revolution compared to the
I definitely could have cried when those mics fans the first time. But yeah, seeing this car finish endurance, our very last combustion car, set car I worked on, was a monumental feeling, and I know the driver said that they could hear me screaming through the helmets. And yeah, seeing this car move under its own power for the first time as well, yeah, indescribable. Being able to see the conclusion of combustion and then the very start of electric, I feel honoured.
Fantastic. 2 final questions. How excited are you right now? And do you think something's different this year?
I don't think I can describe how excited I am without some expletives. Yeah, I'm really excited. OBR's never done anything of this magnitude before, and I can't wait to see how it performs at competition. It's been a challenging but enjoyable year overall so far, and I'm sure as we go to competition it will continue to be. And I'm really excited to see what future years can come up with the platform that we're providing them with.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is obvious that a project like Oxford Racing could never possibly be realized without many people, especially all of you who are here with us tonight. Another thing that inherently a team needs is the people that make up the organization, that make up the team. And really, those people are the core of what makes Florida Student such an exciting project to be part of. On a personal note, I am one of many people this year in the team, and I'm sure many years prior, that came to this country, that came to this university solely to do Oxford Brookes Racing. don't drop. It is exciting, very interesting. But the kicker was me talking at a conference to, as it were, members of the autonomous team who are here with us tonight, or their predecessors, as it were, who convinced me to pack up my things and come over to England. And it's a big step forward for many people. Many of you have experience, but I know that next year is going to be the same. But it's really easy to integrate when you come into a room and there's people that share your passion, that share everything you do and know what you're doing through because they've done the same thing, be it consistent, different points, doesn't matter. So really, this, if nothing else, you have given me a home within Oxford, and that's something I'm personally very grateful for, and I want to thank each and every one of you for providing that. Now, really, this is not what I want to say about myself, or the work to run. Ladies and gentlemen, the people who made this car are anywhere in this room but on stage talking. It is all of you and your courage and commitment to a product that is insanely complex, and much more complex than I think many of you expected when you came here first. Possibly because you couldn't have known, much background, or because you had to learn the system that we use here in Brookes. But all of you committed to it with a passion and a drive that I have seen in very, very few other places before. And that's something I hope you guys take away to wherever you go, even in motorsports. Often we pride ourselves on the fact that many of our alumni end up on the grade in some capacity. But the reality is also that not everyone's ending up in Tier 1 motorsports, and probably just won't. However, regardless of where you guys end up, I'm sure you can apply the skills you learned here, and you can apply the mentality you've adopted here to your advantage to develop what can only be the next solution to a problem, be that rapidly approaching or long term. Yeah, in the beginning, obviously, we transitioned back out of COVID, so as Bradley said, the tail end of COVID is pretty much the end of the last season. But this, even though we had online meetings in the beginning, we had websites, masks, and everything around that. It's great to see you back in person. I've done COVID seasons for almost 2 weeks, not as fun. I think last year's year we lost possibly worldwide. Yeah, something crazy, I wouldn't know. But yeah, I think the attitude is required here, and all the things, the way you support each other is something that you should be proud of and you should carry forward. And that'll make great at whatever you set out to do. Now, at this point, in the launch, we have talked about a lot of things. We've talked about how we came to be, talked about how we started. We talked about a lot of different topics, but what we really haven't talked about is the car behind me. I know there's a lot of people who are very excited to see it. Some of them have told me themselves. Many of them are standing here and can't wait to see the car for the first or second time. I promise it's exciting at the same time, it's first. So it is very difficult, as many of you know, to condense a season down into, let's say a 7.5-minute video, to be very specific. Or any other PowerPoint presentation for that matter, or really anything other than being there. Time flies when you're here, many of you know that. We have tried anyway, so please enjoy. I think at that point, everyone will be happy. Thank you.
Yeah, so about exactly 2 years ago, I was in Japan working on the Super GT cars, and I thought I was doing really good shit. But sorry, I can't stop. But looking at this, no one here. This is like so much cooler, and we've never been able to learn this kind of stuff. Like what we are, like last year I joined this team, and I had no idea what I was designing. I knew I was designing something to the accumulator, but at that time I had no idea what accumulator is. And now we're in the mechanical team and mechanical side of the team, and I'm the privileged to be the solution.
Maybe Taichi, as you talk about chassis, maybe run us through what the S1 is and what it's designed about.
Yeah, I talked about accumulator van, but I talked about chassis. So our chassis, as you can see, that's fully molded to one car, thanks to our sponsor, as well, and some other sponsors as well, obviously, and all this helps, and because it is really difficult thing to make. It is one single part, which is ridiculously difficult to make, and it takes ages to make. But here we have a carbon monocoque. We managed to laminate within 18 days from scratch, and we managed to do points processing within 3 days. And I'm not going to lie, this car last week it wasn't so long. So that's how crazy it is. And yeah, and that's the chassis that houses all the components, not only mechanical, but all the electrical components as well. So accumulator, which is supposed to be inside the car, is left in really at the lab, but so working obviously. But that is a carbon box, like Kevlar box, to protect all the electrical segments, and yeah, to provide enough power or high power and performance to the car while keeping it safe. And yeah, so if you want to talk about a bit more about the electrical side.
Yeah, exactly. So on the Tunetank side of things, we've got 6 100-volt modules, all containing 2 in parallel 24 in series, and we use master 15-volt box cells. Pouch cells arranged in our kind of nice little 100-volt modules. The entire performance, so why not FS4s where it capture 80 kilowatts of peak demand, there's about 133 amps worth of deployable current, so quite a lot of current. And we get very, very hot in there, we've got a cooling system integrated to the system, so air cooling throughout the system. And as well within that, so we have a battery management system which looks at all the voltage conditions, and amazingly as well, as one of our sponsors CTAS, we have a ECU in the car, so we have virtual BMS built into our vehicle control module, which can inform the driver on how, I guess, the state of charge is going, as well as how far he can push the car in terms of limits, making sure we don't run out of use in endurance. Yeah.
Talking about the accumulator, I heard you laminated something.
That is true, actually. I had the honour of laying down 1 ply.
Should I get sizes?
I don't know. We'll have to see on track. It was good fun to see how strong and rigid that structure really is, and really get to grips. And yeah, it's great because obviously I'm more of a specialist in electronics, but being able to be cost disciplined and going into the mechanical domain as well is amazing. Yeah. Maybe as well talking back to composites. What about the wheels?
Yeah, of course. So as you can see, compared to the 19 part, we've got the composite rear rim, and that's completely manufactured by students, or laminated by students, and printed by students as well. And yeah, we managed to get all the 4 dusters, and they only weigh 800 grams, which is ridiculously light as rear rim, compared to even magnesium rear rims. They were like 1.6, 1.5 kilograms, so it's a big advantage. To reduce the transfer mass and forms, which gives us high performance and global balance kind of thing. So yeah, and if you want to talk about the powertrain.
Yeah, exactly. So it's touched on what you said about the vehicle dynamic side of things. So we have 4 electric motors on each one of the vehicle, which are quite powerful gearboxes attached to them. So it allows us to have 4-wheel drive on each corner of the vehicle, and allows amazing things like torque vectoring, so we can really enhance our vehicle dynamic around corners, and get the utmost performance, as well as we can distribute the power. So for instance, in acceleration, we can tailor it more towards the rear, because the peak performance of each motor is about 30 kilowatts. So yeah, amazing abilities that you can try programming our ECU to make vision of being more intelligent and faster?
Nice. So far, I'm completely ignoring that script, so I might do that. What's your biggest challenge in those courses?
Yeah, that's a great question. Definitely validating everything from the ground up. Yeah, definitely you have to be conscious of the hypothesis that we're working with and how things might not make it across. So be really cautious of how what considerations we need to make with chassis, or a whole host of other things. But yeah, I felt pretty prepared from industry, from coming from a validation background to really apply that to bring a package that we can hopefully, yeah, give a good performance that we get. Yeah, what about you? What was the biggest mechanical challenge?
Oh, God. Gearbox. It's just gearbox. Or gearboxes, because there are four. Not annoyingly, but it gives us performance. Sorry, Tommy. Yeah, it's just simply really difficult to get it right. It's just very different to conventional normal gearboxes. It's unique management systems. You've got standard gear, management gear, ring gear, and outputs to rear. And that is just very complex. And it has to do lots of testing, validation, making sure everything's all right. And I wish I could show it to you, but at the same time, I'm happy that it's inside the car, so that means there's no product more. Yeah. Yeah, big shout out to our car trainer, Tommy, right there. Doing a really good job on that one. And yeah, that was a big challenge, obviously.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations on putting the script up a little bit. I'm not sure what's bothered to my part, but given that we're now no longer adhering to any of that, final questions for the two of you guys. How excited are you and what are you most looking forward to for the next 6 weeks?
Yeah, I'm really excited to go to Form 2. Yeah, it's my first time actually going to see the event. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to networking with some judges and interacting with other teams as well, learning as much as I can from that as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like how excited I am, so I'm going to say no. Oh yeah, this one will be really great.
Right, any more questions? I think with this we've covered just about everything. We talked about where we came from, we talked about where we're going. We've gone off script, we've gone back on script, we've gone back off script. It's fun to assume many of you understand what that's like, and I think it's about this that I captured this presentation. Starting 12 minutes late because the sun is out, which I don't think the proper engineers typically have. Ending on time anyway, because this is how it just about ends up. I'd like to take this last opportunity to thank you very much again, not just for coming tonight, but for the support that each and all of you and everyone who have given over the past season, over the past months, but in many cases for so much longer, for sometimes decades, to support the team and to support us. For the remainder of the evening, please leave us. That's not better if you guys left anything for us. I see some things there. So please make sure to clean that up so we can have to go. Take as many photos as you want. Please ask as many questions as you'd like to or are interested in. If we don't know the answer, I'm sure I'll find someone who will find someone. If you need anything at all, please let us know. Thank you very much.